My question is how to determine the size of engine by using brake horsepower.
Okay, how to determine the size of the engine? Well, this is some advanced question, and this is basically done in consultation with yard and the owners. They come to an agreement. First of all, what's the design requirement for an engine? What is the intended speed of the ship? First of all, they do the towing test and they find out what exactly will be the thrust needed or the power needed to turn the propeller at certain RPM.
Sorry, I have a meeting, that's why I can't attend the phone call.
Okay. So first of all, they need to know how much thrust is needed to tow the ship or to run the ship basically at a certain speed. So they want to know how much power requirement is there, and for that they decides upon the propeller needed for this purpose, and then they decides at what RPM we need to rotate the propeller to come to that thrust level, which give us that design speed which the ship is intended to run at. Container ships usually run at high speed, so for that the power requirement and the propeller requirements are different other than the non-container, like say tanker and bulk carriers, which usually runs at lower speed. So now after you have come to a power requirement, right? You've come to a power requirement that, okay, I need this much of power to be delivered by the engine, right? So there is power as well as RPM, because propeller develops different power at different RPM. So now you know at what RPM what power will be needed to be provided. Then you contact the manufacturers of the engine that, okay, out of your stock of the engines, can you please provide me a so and so engine with, say, this much of delivery of the power at certain RPM, and this is my requirement. Now they have got all kind of engines with them, right? They've got small bore with multiple engines, with multiple units, with multiple units. So let's say you do not want the engine to be of very good height. You want the engine to be of small stroke. Then you can go ahead with number of multiple units. You can increase the power by increasing the number of cylinders. So you can choose more than 6 cylinders. You can go for 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cylinders, right? Because you want more power and you do not want to increase your bore size, piston dia, and the height of the engine. So all this permutation combination, they basically take into consideration. And finally, they reach to a conclusion, hey, we want an engine which is basically, let's say, 6 units running at, let's say, 80 RPM and delivering the power of 10,000 kilowatt. So then again, there will be a range of engines which you choose from. So they can provide, you can choose from a range of engines again, like there'll be few choices available to you, because any engine will not give in specific power, it gives a range of power. The dead slow, it will give so and so, slow head, it will give so and so, MCR, it will give so and so, right? So basis that, whichever is the most closest of the choices, that this is what you go for. You cannot get very precise. So your requirement can be varied, but engine maker does not make engine for each and every requirement. They give you engines with a band of output, right? Which one suits you best, you will take it from there. So that's how you choose it basically. And there are manuals available on Google. You can actually refer to that. That engine, when engine is chosen, that what graph they are following. Okay.
Sir, is number of cylinders determine the power of engine? Like
yes, of course. Of course. This is very common. This is very like normal to understand. That obviously the number of cylinders, more power will be delivered more, isn't it? If you are getting an engine with 1 cylinder, your motorcycle, bike, 1 cylinder, and same size of piston, cylinder, RPM, everything same. Now 4 cylinders, your car will produce more power. So it's very simple. What determines the power delivered? It's the number of cylinder, the stroke length, the piston diameter, and the RPM. These are things that decides and the mean pressure. The pressure generated in the cylinder. Pressure generated in the cylinder. You generate more pressure, you can get higher torque and higher power. Yes.
So are you talking about mean effective pressure or like mean pressure?
See, mean effective pressure. Yes, I'm talking about mean effective pressure because that's the one which is be used in formula. So what do we use in the formula? Wait.
Sir,
Wait.
Pm into L into A into N by 60 into 1000 kilowatt. What we show.
Wait. I'm not able to show you my screen. So the formula plan, PLN plan.
Yes, the plan.
So P stands for mean effective pressure. L is stroke length, A is area, N is RPM, and this is for 1 unit. Then you have got number of units multiplied by N. So like that. Multiply by the number of units. So this is what you get. So it depends on RPM also, right? More the RPM, more the power, right? Okay. So
Thank you, sir.